Okay, so this is a short bonus video just to show you one potential strategy for keeping track of your primary research articles or other collections of references as you are writing. And this is through the use of an open source reference management software program called Zotero. And there's other options that are out there besides Zotero that can do different things and have different degrees of versatility. But this is a decent one to start out with for now. So, and it has the benefit of being free since it's open source. So if I go to the website zotero.org, this will tell you a little bit more about Zotero with an option to download it. And one of the things you can do with Zotero is it works as a browser plugin tool. So up here in this case, the Zotero icon is up in the upper right, and I'll show you why that's useful in a second. So you can learn a little bit more about Zotero here on the website and get links to download if it's something that looks like it would be useful to you. But here's an example of how this can be used in practice. So here I am, I've been looking up different articles, and let's say I encounter one that looks like it would be particularly useful to me. For example, the second article here on reactive oxygen species in life history evolution. If I click on this article and I want to save information about it, what I can do is, if I'm on the journal's homepage, up here, if I mouse over the Zotero icon, there's an option to save it to Zotero. Now, if I click that, then here is my Zotero library. And you'll notice, actually, in this case, I'd already saved a copy of it. And what it's done is it's put that reference directly into my Zotero library. And so that's included the title, the authors, the abstract, the journal, et cetera, all kinds of information about it. There's a bunch of stuff you can do with Zotero beyond what I'm going to show you, but that's sort of the basics there. And so then, let's say I'm working on a couple different projects and I want to keep track of which papers go with which project. Zotero will also let me create individual folders for different projects, and you can see I have a whole bunch of different projects here. So if I open one of those up, I can just drag and drop things into a given project. And this has a bunch of subfolders, so here's a list of references for one particular project. And now, let's say I want to put this in a citation format. This is another place where Zotero is a really powerful tool. If I come over here to this folder and I right-click on it, oops, right-click on that one, it brings up this export collection, or sorry, create bibliography from collection option. If I click that, that's going to pull up a citation style menu. And there's a number of styles that come pre-installed with Zotero. So one that's very common to use is for the American Psychological Association. They have a standardized format that's very clear. So I can select a citation style, and you'll notice you can also add styles if there's a particular style of interest. So for example, if I'm citing things for functional ecology, I've got the functional ecology style. And then there's a bunch of ways you can output this. So I'm going to just copy it to the clipboard for right now. And now if I open up just a text file, I'm going to paste this in. What this has done is it's taken that list of citations and it has gotten me started with formatting a bibliography for those citations. Now, I'll note that Zotero isn't perfect at doing this, and one of its biggest struggles is when to italicize things. So in this case, for example, there's a reference here by Barish in 1986 about a leafcutter ant species, Atacephalotes, and Latin names should always be italicized. So you can't just wash your hands once you've pasted in a reference list. You do need to check through and make sure that your reference list is accurate. And you'll also notice, for example, some of these have DOI associated with them, digital object identifier. Others don't. Sort of depends on the age of the article. But overall, that can save you quite a lot of tedious typing in pulling together a reference list. And so, Zotero is not limited to science classes. You could use it for other courses as well. And hopefully this helps you organize your primary research articles more efficiently in the long run, so that you can focus your efforts on other projects.